Well, you're looking like fine growing flowers out there. I watched everybody come in. It is springtime, and it's a great time to celebrate who we are, and we have some help with that. You've got to be there, and these folks have got to be here, and we've got some treats. How many of you have been to the other Seedtime on the Cumberland events? This is the 6th annual. Several of you. First, how many of you for the first time? Show of hands. Boy, all right. See, that's exactly what seed timing is all about. It just keeps spreading, doesn't it? Well, I said to Jerry Milnes backstage, you know, it's a big job to introduce and hold up to the light the talent we have in this area and to do them justice. And it's tricky stuff. Makes me scared, makes my knees shake. So I read all the stuff in the little booklets that you've probably read, but I've been around to some festivals and I've heard Gerry Milnes, his banjo and fiddle, and I've heard Melvin Wine up in West Virginia. But you know, there's always the stories that you don't know until you read things. Like when I read the information in the booklet and heard that Mr. Wine had quit playing his fiddle for nearly 20 years because of something that happened that he considered to be a bad sign, and then picked up the fiddle again to quieten his little granddaughter and thought that was a good sign when she hushed and listened, I said, there's a big story there. Melvin Wine farms, he raises chickens and cows, puts up hay, but he's mined coal, he's worked in a sawmill, he's run a trucking company. And one of the things that has impressed me in reading about him, other than the fact that he's been a National Endowment for the Arts Fellowship recipient and award winner, won all kinds of fiddling contests. What else has impressed me is that he says, you know, fiddling isn't the most important thing in his life because he believes in living life, everyday life, being close to the earth and carrying on a whole way of living that I think you'd probably agree with me we see getting pushed further and further back all the time in the name of progress. So we've got some real philosophers, and one of them is Melvin Wine. Now, somebody like Jerry Milnes, another award-winning banjo picker, fiddle player, has produced 17 recordings, takes his talent, and you know how somebody will look at somebody else and can see something real special in them, maybe that they don't even see in themselves, or maybe that they don't even know needs to be taken out. Well, aside from being awful good at music himself, Jerry Milnes is able to know who he is and step back and put other people out there. I like that. Let's welcome Gerry Milnes and Melvin Wine. Have a big time.
We're going to play Georgie-O, Going Down to Georgie-O. First one here. That's the warm-up tune. We've been traveling 6 hours to get down here. What are we playing, Jerry?
Well, we said rainy day. How about that? I think Melvin and I figured out there wasn't 100 yards of straight road between where he lives in Copen and Whitesburg, Kentucky.
Yeah, I've played with a lot of people from down in here. They're good musicians. My boys worked with a lot of people from Kentucky and Ohio, and they said they're the best workers they could find. So we're going to work for you tonight. Gotta be an old-time Christian, as anything I know.
Well, on the way over here from the motel about 20 minutes ago, Melvin started singing a little ditty, and I think it's one of my favorite tunes. You want to try that one, Melvin? I know he plays it on the fiddle, too. New Orleans, you call it? Why don't you sing him the words to that?
I bet let you do the singing. Bet on you, I think.
Yeah, no, the New Orleans. Took my rifle on.
Oh, this is an old song from way back there. He'll have to tell you the words. That's an old song, and just a little old ditty, and my dad used to play it, and he'd sing a little of it, but I don't sing very much. We don't know when we're about done. If somebody will have to break. I want to play one tune for a feller on another fiddle. Get this one hot, and I have to get another and play another tune. That's Cold Frosty Morning. I'll play it on hit directly.
Bob Weinstein?
Cumberland Gap.
Melvin said he wanted to do one Kentucky tune while he was down here, so he thought of the Cumberland Gap.
Thank you very much. Long ways to come to play half a dozen tunes, huh? I'm making them short so I get more in, okay?
How about the Paddy on the Turnpike?
This is the way my pappy played this, and this is Paddy on the Turnpike.
doing fine.
Now here's an old song I'll sing. This is the guy that sung this and played it. He only knowed one song. I'll tell you why. He went to play and he played this tune and they said play one or two more. And he didn't do that. He just tuned his fiddle up a little higher and played the same one over. Jerry will sing a little, listen. This is a logger.
One morning in May, I spied a fair couple making their way, and one was a lady, and a lady so fair, and the other was a logger with his waving black hair. So soon, gone down to the river for a place to sit down. He pulled out his fiddle and he tuned up the strings, and he played the waters gliding, hear the nightingale sing. A fiddle he drew, and the tune that he played caused the valleys to ring, and he played the waters gliding, hear the nightingale sing. Said the lady to the logger, won't you marry me? Oh no, said the logger, that never can be. I've a wife in old Ireland and children twice three. One wife is a plenty, too many for me. I'll go back to old Ireland and I'll stay just 1 year. I'll drink of the wine and I'll drink of the beer. If I ever return, it'll be in the spring, to see the waters glide and hear the nightingale sing.
I kind of like that.
I think the first time I ever saw Melvin play the fiddle, his granddaughter was singing that song with him and dancing to his music. She's a great dancer. Kelly is her name. You want to try it? Peggin Awl?
Oh, we'll try that. I don't know how much time I got, but we'll play another. It's getting nice and hot. I'll play the other fiddle.
Melvin never turns down a request, and somebody asked him to play the Cold Frosty Morning, which is the name of an album that Melvin made about probably 15 or so years ago. And recently he recorded a cassette of about 27 more tunes called Hannah at the Springhouse. And we're proud of the old-time music that he came up with to put on that tape. So Melvin, why don't you play this one all by yourself? Old Cold Frosty Morning.
Cold Frosty Morning. I like that tune. My dad played that a lot. How many minutes we got?
Oh, a few. You want to play the dirt sheets? Try?
No, I'm going to play the Unclouded Day first. Everybody can sing this. This is an old song. We sing this down to our church a lot. Let's play Sally Goodin. Everybody likes that old song.
down the road and a soul salad coming. Thought to my soul that'd break my heart to run it. Give it all away just to see salad cooking.
Good thing you got two fiddles. You can keep one hot all the time, can't you? I keep them tuned two different ways, and that makes it a lot better. Here's a waltz I kind of made up.
Every year up in Sutton, West Virginia, that's up in Braxton County, we have a birthday party for the older, old-time musicians and singers from around those parts. And Melvin has been, I guess it started with Melvin's 80th birthday, and that was 3 years ago. We just celebrated his 83rd here recently. And one time, yeah, how about it? I think the first time I asked Melvin how old he was, he told me he was the same age as his tongue, but older than his teeth. We're going to finish up with one more here, an old tune called Cindy. Cindy?
One more time. Now this is the way my pappy played Cindy. I don't like the name of this one, but I'm going to play it.